So if you're planning to open a hair salon, one of the first things you'll need to do is to come up with a good and unique name for your hair salon. And I get this question all the time from people who are just about to start a salon. Sometimes I get it as late as when they brief me on the logo, like what should I really be naming my salon? And I get it, it's a big decision. Whatever name you choose, it will stick with you for a long time. And it's also a very central component in your overall brand, right? So it's important that you get this right. And one of the best ways of doing this is really to go through a list of hair salon names and get some inspiration from that. Maybe you see something that you think is good and then that could become your name. So in this video, I want to share what I think are the 7 best hair salon names right now so that you can get some inspiration when coming up with a name for your salon. So if this is the first time we meet, my name is John Hallberg and I run thesalonbusiness.com as well as this YouTube channel, and this is where I share the best ideas and strategies for how you can attract more clients to your salon and ultimately grow your salon business. So if you're serious about growing your salon, make sure you smash that subscribe button and notification bell. This way you will be notified every time I release new content on the channel. So I'm gonna take you through my 7 favorite hair salon names. But obviously what I think are the best names, you might not think are the best names. And in the end, what's most important when you pick a hair salon name is that it's unique to your business and that it represents your hair salon in the right way. So take what I share here as kind of inspiration, ideas. I will also try to add some perspective on why I think these are good names, because that can give you ideas so that you can further develop on this and use what I share as ideas as a starting point to maybe land on a name that is even more perfect for you. And I've also put together a video that walks you through the step-by-step process for how you can come up with a name, which I strongly recommend you also watch after this video, and I will link to that towards the end of the video as well. But let's go through the hair salon name list to give you ideas so that you can come up with the right name for your business. Hair salon name number 1, @Johns, or whatever your name is. So using your own name as part of your hair salon name is always a good idea. In the end, it's your name, so it will always be unique to you. And ideally, you have a name that is a bit more unique than John, because that's not very unique. So hopefully you have a more distinct name. And using that as part of the name of your hair salon, that always reinforces the story. It talks about you, right, which is the owner. So it's a very natural part to make the name personal to you and to your hair salon. And there's many successful salons, as you probably are aware of, that are using kind of the salon owner's name as part of the name of the hair salon. So hair salon name number 2, Nunchi hair salon, or Nunchi hair salon, or however you pronounce that. It's Korean and it means something like the ability to read others and act appropriately on that. And I think that's something that could fit very well for a hair salon, because the consultation in the hair salon and understanding the client's needs before you serve them is very important, right? And if that is something that you pride yourself on, that is what you do in your salon, this name could fit very nicely. So I think it's a good name because of 2 reasons really. First, I think it sounds cool. Nunchi or Nunchi sounds cool. At the same time, it's also kind of telling a story. So even if it's not obvious from the name, people wouldn't understand what that means because it's Korean. But it's something that you could use when you talk about your salon and explain, okay, so why did I name it the way I did? And it creates stories. It makes your salon interesting. And that's a great way of starting to build a premium brand, is to have stories about why you're doing what you're doing and how that kind of integrates in your name as well as all aspects of your salon's brand, really. So that's why I think this is a great name for a hair salon. Hair salon name number 3, Tangled. I think this is a good name because it's using humor in the name. And humor can be very powerful. It evokes emotion in people who hear it. It's a little bit fun. And that makes it more memorable and makes you stand out. And using funny hair salon names and humor in names is a popular approach for many salons to take. And I think Tangled kind of strikes the right balance here, because there's too many salons out there that are using humor and jokes in the name, which kind of makes it sound a little bit, I don't know. It can be difficult to kind of maintain a premium perception of your salon and the image when you use jokes in the name. But employing a bit of humor can work really well, but it's a fine balance you need to walk so that it doesn't become, I don't know, cheesy or because the thing is, a joke is only fun the first time you hear it. So if you use a very deliberate joke that is like when you've heard it a few times, you're kind of sick of it and it's going to wear out, right? So if you take the approach of employing humor, which again can be powerful, make sure you pick something that still sounds good and that will not really wear out over time. Hair salon name number 4, The Hair Lab. So I think this is a good name because it kind of signals more about what the experience of the salon is and what people should expect when they come visit your hair salon. Because this is not a salon anymore, it's a lab, right? And people interpret things like, okay, innovation and high capability of the people working there, and probably a lot of experimentation. You know, that word carries a lot of connotations. So using something like that, like a lab or something else as part of your name, can help you kind of reframe, you know, what your salon is about. It's not a traditional salon, it's doing something differently. And I think that's why this name works very well. So it's a bit more straightforward than some of the previous examples, but I think the hair lab can work very well. Hair salon name number 5, Lagom Hair Lounge. So lagom is a Swedish word. It means like just the right amount. It's not too much, it's not too little. But it's a Swedish word that kind of have gotten some international attention, so that's why I'm also using that in the example here. If you don't know, so I'm from Sweden myself. I'm actually recording this in Sweden right now. But the point is not that. The point is that, like, if you have a different origin, if you're coming from a country differently from where your salon is based and where you are right now, using that language in the name can be a smart thing. Because for one, it makes the name unique because it's in a different language that people are not used to. Secondly, it also reinforces your story. And I think that's a theme that you're starting to see as we go through those examples, how important that is. I find when you build your hair salon's brand, to make sure that you're, in all aspects of your brand, bringing to life your story and where are you coming from and why does your salon exist and so on and so forth. So using the language of your origins can be a very smart thing. And I know even if you were born in the country where you are, I'm sure, like, if you go to your ancestors and so on, you'll find that, you know, there is some different origins in there, and maybe some inspirations that you can use when choosing a language to kind of give your hair salon name a different twist. Hair salon name number 6, The Attic. So The Attic, obviously what I'm trying to do here is, like, if you know that the venue where your salon is based is slightly different, it's a loft, it's an attic, it's a basement, or whatever it is, you can also use that to make your name sound more unique by kind of employing what your space looks like or the area where your salon is based into your name, because that also enriches the whole experience of your hair salon, right? People see the name and they walk in, and then actually the whole venue where the salon is based reminds them of the name, and it all comes together in a very, like, holistic way, which is a great way of building your brand. So if your hair salon is based in something that is a little bit unique, you know, a loft, an attic, a basement or something, or on a corner or something like that, maybe that could be an idea when you craft your hair salon name to kind of incorporate that into the name to make the overall experience of your hair salon, starting with a name to the venue, like a holistic brand experience. Hair salon name number 7, 5 Point Salon. So what I'm trying to do with this name is to find yet another way of using something that is unique about you and about your salon. So in this example, I'm using the techniques that you're using in the hair salon potentially. So I'm sure you're familiar with Vidal Sassoon, and you might know about the 5-point cut that, you know, he was very innovative, I think, in the 60s and has been around for a long time. So let's say you're a salon that is schooled in the Vidal Sassoon school, and, you know, you're using these type of techniques in the salon. That could be yet another way to give you a unique edge when coming up with your salon name, and that could be, for example, the 5-point salon in case you're schooled in the Vidal Sassoon school. So that was my top 7 hair salon names right now. I hope you found some inspiration in there. If you still need more inspiration, in fact, I have an article on my blog with hundreds of hair salon names. So these were just a few of the ones that you'll find in that article. I'll make sure to link to that also below in the description. But what I recommend you do next is to watch the video that I'm linking to somewhere on the screen here right now. Because in that video, I'm walking you through the step-by-step approach to how you can come up with a unique name for your hair salon. So I strongly recommend you watch that as well. Of course, also check out the resource in the description below for more ideas on hair salon names, so you can continue to brainstorm and make sure that you find a name that is, again, unique to you, so important, and that you think resonates and fit with your brand. I really hope you found this video useful. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This way you will also get access to videos as I continue to share new ones all the time on this channel with more business tips and ideas to grow your hair salon business. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.